Good morning, students. Fine. I think all are good with your health. All right. Coming back to the syllabus. In the previous class, we had discussed about cotton fiber. Is that right? Okay. So now we shall see what are the uses of this cotton fiber. Means uses of cotton. So first thing, where this cotton are used. It is these cottons are used in making shirts, bags, saris, etc. So these cottons are used in making shirts, saris, bags, etc. As it is having porous in nature, since it is porous in nature, what it is doing, it is absorbing the sweat from our body. So what we'll wear this during summer. So during hot summer days, we are going to wear the shirt of this cotton. What that cotton is doing, it is having the absorbing capacity. So during summer, whatever sweat we are sweating, that is going to be absorbed by the cotton and it keeps us cool. That is also one of its advantage or uses. And the last one, this cotton is mixed. This cotton is mixed with other fibers so that rayon and polycotton can be formed. So whatever this cotton is there, it is going to be mixed with other types of fibers so that we can make rayon and polycotton out of it. So these are the uses of cotton. What is going to be the use of having this cotton? So first, what it is doing, it is used in making shirts, bags, saris, etc. Then as this cotton is porous in nature, it is having a good absorbing capacity. So during summers, as we wear this cotton, the sweat that is there in the body is going to be absorbed by this cotton and it keeps us cool even during hot summer days. Then third, this cotton is mixed with other types of fibers and then it is formed rayon and polycotton. These are the uses of cotton. So now next we are going to see about jute. So that is jute fiber. Remember, this is one of the cheapest fiber that is found. This is one of the cheapest fiber found. Then it is obtained from stem of jute plant. So this jute fiber is going to be obtained from stem of jute plant. Then it grows best during warm and humid climate. It is going to grow best in warm and humid climate. So when the climate is going to be warm and humid, there this jute fiber or this jute plant is going to grow best. And remember, it requires a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees Celsius. Is this clear? So remember, jute fiber is the cheapest natural fiber that is found. Is this clear? Jute fiber is the cheapest natural fiber that is found, and then this jute fiber is going to be obtained from the stem of a jute plant. Then it is going to grow best where the climate is warm and humid, and where the temperature is from 18 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees Celsius. In this range, it is going to grow better. Then the next, how this jute plant is cultivated, that is cultivation of jute. How this jute is going to be cultivated? Remember, this jute is going to grow during rainy season. Rainy season, and especially it is suitable for loamy soil. Is this clear? This jute is going to grow during rainy season, and it is going to be suitable, and it is going to grow better in loamy soil. Is this clear? Then next, when this plant grow 6 to 12 feet of height, then what happens? These plants start bearing yellow flowers. They start bearing flowers. So that is yellow flower. Then next, these are going to be cut at flowering stage itself. These are going to be cut at flowering stage itself. Why these are going to be cut at flowering stage itself? Because it is going to be of good quality. So whatever the jute is obtained. So again, coming back to this cultivation of jute, what's happening? This is going to be grown in rainy season, and it is suitable for loamy soil. Loamy soil is a type of soil, right? And then when these plants are going to grow around 6 to 12 feet of height, then they start bearing the flower. That is, they start bearing yellow flower. So when they are at this flowering stage, then only these are cut. Why it is cut at the flowering stages? Because this jute obtained, whatever the jute is obtained at flowering stage, that is going to be of good quality. So this is the reason when these plants are going to bear the flower, then the jute is going to be obtained from it. The plant is going to be cut. That is the reason, because of it is having good quality of jute in it. Is this clear? Alright. Then next, assume that we have obtained jute from this. What has done? We have obtained jute. Finished. Then what about the remaining parts? Once this crop jute is harvested, these stems of this jute plant are going to be tied in bundles. These are going to be tied in bundles, and then these are going to be kept in the water for around 20 days. So remember, listen, the stems of these plants are tied in bundles. And then It is kept in water pots. It is kept in water pots for 20 days. So minimum 3 weeks. The stems of these plants are going to be tied in bundles and then it is going to be kept in the water ponds for around 20 days. That is almost 3 weeks. So whatever we are tying them in bundles and we are keeping them in the water pond, for this entire process we call it as retting. We call it as retting. So as we keep them in 20 days or 21 days inside the water pond, they are going to get rotten. So as these are kept for 20 days, what's happening during those 20 days is it's getting loosened. What is getting loosened? The blast and then the inner part of the fiber blast as well as the inner part of the fiber is getting loosened. So as they get loosened, we can easily remove the jute fiber from the stem of those plants. That is the reason these are kept 20 days inside the water pond, so that whatever the bast is there on it, it is going to get loosened and then we can remove it easily. The jute fiber can be easily removed from the stem of the jute plant. Then what happens when we are going to strip off or separate the jute fiber from the stem of the plants? It is going to be dried. So once we remove it, then it is going to be dried. After drying, what is done? That all is going to be sent into mills. So whatever the strips we have peeled off from the stem of the jute plant, it is going to be dried and then all that jute fiber which has been removed or which has been stripped off is going to be sent to mills so that it can be used for textiles. This is what is the cultivation of jute. Is this clear? Alright. So now where this jute is cultivated in the world? It is mainly in Bangladesh, Myanmar, then Thailand, China, and even in India. So these are the 5 main jute producing countries in the world. Then when we come to India, here it is mainly cultivated in Odisha, or we can just call it as Orissa. Then it is in Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, and Bihar. So these are the states where jute is cultivated on a large scale in India. So what we have studied? We have studied about what is jute fiber, how it is cultivated, and which are the countries that is cultivating it, and which are the states in India where this jute is cultivated. That we have seen. Is that clear? Alright. So now we will be seeing what are the uses of this jute. Uses of jute. So first thing, after this cotton, this jute is the second natural fiber which is used for various purposes. So first, cotton is going to be used. Then the second most important thing is jute, which is used in various purposes, like in making carpets, then curtains and handbags. Curtains, handbags. So in making these carpets, curtains and handbags, this jute is used. And this jute is also used in making table mats, jewelry, baskets, and in making fancy jute bags. So it is used in making table mats, baskets, and also in making fancy jute bags. So here this jute is going to be used. Is this clear? So jute is a natural fiber and it is the cheapest natural fiber, and then this is going to be grown, this is going to be cultivated during rainy season, and when these stems are going to grow, when these plants are going to grow around 6 to 12 feet of height, they start bearing yellow flowers, and when it is bearing those yellow flowers, then the stem is cut, because whatever the jute is obtained during their flowering stage, that jute fiber is considered to be of good quality. So once these crops are harvested, then what's happening? Whatever the stem is there, those stems are going to be tied in bundles. They are going to be made bundles and it is going to be tied, and then it is going to be kept in water ponds for 20 to 21 days so that it gets rot. When it is going to get rot, it is easy to separate the jute fiber from the stem. So whatever the jute fiber is separated after making it rot in the pond. So whatever we are tying it in bundles and keeping them in water pond for 20 days, that process is called retting. Then once these jute fibers are stripped off or separated from the stem of the plant, then these all are going to be sent to mills so that it can be woven in textiles, and then it can be used in making carpets, curtains and handbags, and also it can be used in making table mats, baskets and fancy jute bags. So this is about jute, how it is obtained, how it is cultivated and what are its uses. Is this point clear, children? Alright. Then next, coming to some other useful plant fibers. So out of that we have coir, hemp and flax. These are the three fibers which we are obtaining from plants. So when we come back to first one, that is coir, these are also useful plant fibers for us. This coir is obtained, it is obtained from outer covering of coconut fruit. So we are going to get this from coconut trees. So whatever the fruits are there in the coconut tree, that is coconut fruits, from its outer covering we are going to get this coir. Alright. Then whatever the husk is there, it is going to be separated from the nut and beaten to get fiber. So whatever the husk is there on the coconut, it is going to be separated and then it is going to be beaten into to get fiber. Then after that, whatever the fiber is obtained, it is going to be spun and dyed, and then it is going to be woven. Then it is used in making ropes, stuffed mattresses. It is a coir. Coir we are going to get it from coconut fruit. So whatever the outer covering is there on that coconut fruit, from that we are going to get this square, and the husk is separated from that coconut, and then it is beaten to get fiber out of it. And then whatever the fiber is got, it is going to be spun and then dyed. It is going to be spun and dyed, and then it is going to be woven. And remember, the square is used in making ropes and stuffed mattresses. Then coming to hemp, it is obtained from stem of a hemp plant. So we are going to get hemp fiber from stem of the hemp plant. It is going to grow best in loamy soil. So ಈ hemp ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಏನದಲ್ಲ, it is going to grow best in loamy soil like jute. Then it is also used in making ropes, nets and cloths. Then at last we have flax. It is going to be obtained from stem of the flax plant. Fiber is woven to fabric called linen. Here whatever the fiber is there of this flax, it is going to be woven into fabric, and for that we are going to call it as linen. So any flax fiber ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ವೋವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಲಿನೆನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And this is flax is also used in making ropes and high quality paper. So while making high quality paper, this flax is going to be used. Alright, so these are the other useful plant fibers which are obtained apart from jute and cotton. Alright, coir, hemp and flax. Coir, it is going to be from coconut fruit, hemp from the stem of hemp plant, flax from the stem of flax plant. Alright, almost all these they are going to be used in making ropes. Alright, so that completes your chapter fiber to fabric. Alright, that's enough for today, and in the next class you will be getting the PDF of this chapter. So till then, keep reading, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.